Got on LinkedIn, sent Satya, the CEO of Refend, a message. I'm like, hey, man, we really need to have a call. I want to talk about, I told him, I want to talk about Refend on LinkedIn. I want to talk about it on my show. To do that, I've got some questions I'd like to ask, and just to ease my mind. I did not tell some bitch that I was going to roast him alive. So I let him think that, yeah, I like your company. I'm going to talk about it. Told him to call me. So I get through my conference in Austin. I'm driving back, and he calls me on the road from Austin. So the question becomes, because Satya decides he's a little angry at me after I record the call, the question becomes is, what does it take in the United States that allows you to record a call? What can you record someone's call? Across the 50 states, you have a one-party state and you have a two-party state. If you live in a one-party state, so you got two people on a phone call, you've got two parties. If just one of those parties is aware that a recording is happening and gives consent, then it's legal for you to record that call. If you live in a two-party state, that means that both people that are on the phone call or everyone else that's on the call has to give permission for you to record that call. If you record it without someone's permission, you have broken the law. Now, it goes even deeper than that because we're talking about multiple states all of a sudden. That means federal law comes in. So what does federal law say? Federal law is a one-party state or one-party nation, which says that, hey, only one person needs to give consent to record a call. So bear that in mind if you ever need to record somebody on the phone. Now, yes, you can record whoever you want to, but if you're looking to use that in court, if you're looking to publish that someplace, you need to know whether you're one party, two party, federal, what's going to go on. That's the information that you need to know in order to record and use a recording on a call. I recorded Satya Weir talking about refunding fraud, and we're going to play part of that right now.
I wanted some sort of confirmation that the two other co-founders are no longer in the refund game, because I don't want to talk about Refend on LinkedIn and then still doing bullshit on the side.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay.
They're not.
How long have they been out of this?
Well, one of them was never in it.
Okay.
And then the other one, maybe like 5 months.
Okay. 5 months from when? Because there's a shitload of indictments coming down from this fall through this spring.
He never did much. He's definitely under like 5,000.
Okay. So I don't have to worry about any of that crap from either one of those, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only thing I was concerned about on that.
That is the CEO of Refend. What happened was I sent him a message. I was like, call me. At that point in time, what you have to understand, this is kind of interesting when you're talking about manipulating and dealing with people. If you need someone to say something, if you're trying to social engineer someone, it's best to come from a place of authority when you can. And it dates back to that Stanford experiment. You put people in positions of authority. People who are not in positions of authority, people who are underlings or submissive, they tend to respond and do what you want them to do at that point in time without question. Satya is in that position of being a submissive because he wants something from me. I have told him that I'm going to be talking about everything on LinkedIn, but I need to settle my mind to make sure that everything's all right, because I don't want to say some stuff and it come out that two of your founders are still engaged in bullshit. That gives him that carrot that he's wanting. And I lead him right through exactly what I want him or need him to say in order to prove things. So what does this call actually show? It shows that the CEO of Refend.ai knows that the other two, he only says one, but he knows that the other two were engaged in fraud. Now, was he engaged in fraud? I don't know. He never admitted that to me, but he absolutely knows that his co-founders are. Now, they told me on the Zoom session that both of them were. My thought right here is he's already hedging. He's uncomfortable admitting this. He's already starting to hedge. He's like, yeah, it wasn't both. It was just one. It was just one. And he wasn't really that successful. He only did it for 5 months and it was under $5,000. Now, I've got to call bullshit on that. okay? Because $5,000 is a refund. That's not very much. You're actually doing a hell of a lot more than that. It's very easy to do. And for them to have the type of knowledge that they've got is a hell of a lot more than $5,000 of refund fraud. They've been doing this a while. Just pay attention again to their nice little tidbit where it's talking about unique advantage from our insider approach. We're the sole company in the space that proactively engages with dark web refunding groups. This is not a crew that's only done this thing a couple of times. This is a crew that's been very prolific about that. Make no mistake about that. They know what the hell they're talking about. They know how this fraud is committed. They know the Telegram groups. Why? Because they've been actively committing fraud in those groups with those people.